Good morning, ladies. This is Diane Tuggle from the Happy Scrapbooker, and today we're going to make a Christmas card. It's getting that time of year where you got to get those done, and this is a fancy fold pop-up insert shaker card. I made one recently in some different colors, but I got this new paper today and I just love the soft green with the bright red and also the gingham. And then this opens up like this. So there's a little tree here. There's a pocket inside of a pocket. You can put a gift card holder behind here, a gift card behind there. And this is what you actually write on. You pull it out and write it on it. And let me turn it to the side and show you how it opens. So it's like a pocket here, and then your card opens in the middle. And as it opens, it pulls this panel on the inside, pops it up. So it pulls that out. And it's a really easy mechanism, easy card to make. And it features our dome Christmas tree and our gold shaker stars and our beautiful shiny red ribbon. So I love the soft color green with the bright red. So we're going to get started and show you the supplies you need. So this is the stamp and die set that we're going to be using. It's called Pine Tree Trimmings. It's new this year. It's similar to one we had last year, but the die for this tree fits the shaker tree dome. So you'll need that. So this is the die I'm talking about. I have an extra die and a couple extra dies in here. You need a label die, or you could hand cut a label, which is pretty easy. This is from Solid Shapes, I believe. And then we will be using the dies from Branching Out. It's 2 of the label dies that go in here. And I'll tell you the measurements when we get going. But they nest together. And you could use any nesting label die. I just really like this because the corners are inverted and just a little bit extra design. So we're using the words from this stamp set. Oh Christmas Tree and From Our House to Yours. You could put Sending Christmas Wishes or 'Tis the Season. We are using the presents, but we're going to be die cutting them out of paper. We're going to die cut the star for the tree. And let me show you the paper. So the paper pack, it is called, hold on just a second. I don't know what that is. It is called Christmas Tags and More. So the colors in here are, let me read them to you. Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Garden Green, Real Red, and Soft Sea Foam. So it comes with papers that you can cut the tags, make tags out of, or the back side is the green gingham. There's several different designs in here. They have these little ornament ones. We're going to be using this red plaid today. And then it has in it, I've separated mine out. It has in it these die cuts that you could use on your card. Actually, I think I'm going to be using the little Christmas present today. But it has lots of ornaments, candy canes, tags. It has Christmas bells. There's 4 sheets of die cuts in here. So We'll put them back in there before we lose them. Okay, put that back. See, I lost a bill already. Got it. So you can see I've cut up some of the paper. And the paper that I used for this one has like little white stars and green dots on a green background. And then on the inside it has like, what do you call that stuff? Mistletoe, I think. And it's light green and the garden green and then the white. And we are going to be using a specialty paper. So this has, can you see it? Snowflakes on it. It's called Silent Snowfall. It's an already embossed paper. So you could, let me see if I have a sponge that has some ink on it. I'll do a little corner. You can ink this paper and get some little snowflakes. Can you see them? There they are. Or you can use it white, which we're going to do that. And we're going to be using this specialty paper, which is the Glimmer paper from Peaceful Garden, and this is the light green in that pack. There are 3 colors, a dark blue and a real dark gray, and that green. And then this is the shaker domes. So you get 10 of these little domes in here. And the good thing about them, let me get one apart here. I got 2 stuck together, is they have adhesive here and here. All you have to do is peel off the carrier sheet. So you don't have to fuss with any glue and make a sticky mess. It's just really, really easy. And these are called the tree shaker domes. And then we're going to be using the gold shaker stars. So they're real glittery. And we will be using our real red shiny ribbon. So it is very shiny. And let's see, here's another shaker. They're called loose shaker elements. That'd be pretty in there too, depending on what paper we use. So we'll decide as we go. So I have pre-cut everything, but I'll tell you the measurements, and the measurements will also be in the description box. So for the main base of the card, you need a piece that is 11 tall by 4 1/4 wide, and you're going to score it at 3 1/2, which we will do right now. 3 1/2 and 9 inches. Let me open my trimmer right here and go to the 9. Make sure everything's nice and straight. So that's 3 1/2 and 9. Let me get my bone folder and just reinforce these score lines. So this card packs a lot of punch, but it's really easy to make. I just want to make sure everything lines up even on the sides. So here is your card base. And so you're going to need some paper to decorate it with. So the Glimmer paper that I'm using, this is called the upper section, and this is the lower section. This is 4 1/8 wide by 3 3/8 tall. So it will go right there, and we'll go ahead and glue that down. so it fits with just a tiny little edge of white from the base card or whatever color you end up using for your base. Just a little tiny border around there. Okay, so then the next piece is 4 1/8 by 1 7/8, and that's called the lower section. And we're going to put that in there. So again, we should have a little tiny border around. Might want to make that up a little bit. There we go. So there's our Glimmer paper. So now this paper is what I used for the original card. I'm going to set it right here. But I decided to use the back side of it this time. So we're going to do plaid. So my plaid is, where is it? Wrong piece of paper. Okay, the plaid is 4 1/8 by 3 1/4. So the 4 1/8 fits right in there by 3 1/4 tall. Is it a quarter? It doesn't look right, but let me look and check again. Yep, that's 3 1/4, 3 1/4 tall. So we'll go ahead and we'll glue that down. Okay. This is just really a pretty paper pack. I was so excited when it came. When we do the pre-orders, you should just order everything because you think you're not going to like it, but you're going to like it. So this is, that was actually 4. This was 4 1/8. And this was 4 1/4. So this was 4 by 3 3/4. And the bottom is 4 by 1 3/4. So it goes right there. And don't worry about the measurements I'm saying, because they will be in the description box under more, and I will also have a link that will go directly to the supplies used. All you have to do is click on it. It takes you to my online store. There we go. That's the front of the card. So now we're going to go to let's do the insert before we put that heavy label on. So the insert. The insert is 3 1/2 by 7 1/4. It's scored at 1/2 inch, which I've already done. And what is the other measurement? 1/2 inch and 5 3/8. So let me write that down. Score at 1/2 inch and 5 3/8. So the 5 3/8 was right there. So they go like this, and it makes a pocket. So this piece is going to be folded backwards, and this is going to be folded front. And I'm going to take some tear tape and put it on the 1/2 inch side. And that's the adhesive. That it will be strong enough to hold it in place. And we're going to go ahead and decorate it first. Okay, so my adhesive is on. And now I'm going to decorate it. So again, I used some Glimmer paper, and the Glimmer paper is 3 3/8 by 4 3/4. So 3 3/8 by 4 3/4 for that piece. And then the piece that goes on the front is going to be 3 3/8 wide by 1 7/8. So 3 3/8 by 1 7/8. So it will go right here and right here. So we'll go ahead and put them down. Now you could cut the Glimmer paper, like you could what they call gut it, so just have a little edge showing, because you're going to be covering most of this up, and save that. But I'm just going to put it down. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one right on here. That one's a little bit wide. I'm going to trim off just a hair. Okay, just a hair. And that is going right there. I just love the style of fun fold card. I got it from a lady who did a video a few years back on it called Lisa Curcio, and she is fantastic, by the way. All of her videos are awesome. So that's going in there. So now this piece that goes on top is 3 1/4 by 4 5/8. And we're going to glue that on there. So see, the back side of this is the plaid, and the front is that real soft green design. So this paper is 6 by 6 paper, so it would take you 2 pieces of this plaid and green to do it. So this piece is 3 1/4 by 1 5/8, and it's going right there. Okay, like that. And now we're going to make this into a pocket. So I'm going to be using glue dots, and just 2 of them. Let's see if I can get it off the, and I'm just going to put it 1 in each corner. So that just makes your first pocket. And now we're going to take the, make sure that paper's down good. We're going to take the liner off of this. And you're going, you see where this fold line is? You're going to go above the fold line. So you can you see what I'm doing here? Center it, and right above the fold line score, and just press it down. Lay that down. Now we need to make our second pocket. So again, we're going to put 2 little glue dots on either corner. One here. And one here. And then just press it into place. So this moves now really nicely. So for the inside of the card, the greeting, you need a piece of cardstock that is 2 3/4 wide by 4 inches tall, and we're going to stamp the greeting on there. And the I'm going to be using real red ink, which matches the red in this paper. And I'm just going to stamp from our house to yours. And you can have room to sign it down there. I'll put this ink away. And I have all, you see, I do have a little greeting on the front, but I have pre-stamped, oh Christmas tree. So that is it right there. So now this needs a little, I think a little ribbon on it to pull it. Oh gosh, I got ink all over my fingers. Well, we are going to make another one. Because I can't stand that. Have you ever done that before? So, 2 3/4. That's a simple cut. And let me put the ribbon on and then we'll restamp it. So, we will put the ribbon on with glue dots. And it's just a little loop, and I've already glue dotted it together. So I just need a glue dot. And I'm going to put it on the back like that. And I will get my ink out and try not to make a mess. And stamp that one again. Okay. Ooh, get the ink off my fingers. Now you could take one of the little images from those die cuts and put it on here too if you wanted. And I'm just going to stick this right down in here. So now, see how it works. We're going to decorate the inside of this before we finish the front. So that snowflake paper I'm going to be using for my label front, and I cut a tree out, the tree opening for the shaker part. So we're going to use that tree. It has little snowflakes on it. And I'm going to use my ink and just lightly go over those snowflakes so you can see them a little more. And from the glitter paper, I cut a little star. So we're going to add that on top of here, because every Christmas tree needs a star. So we'll just put it like that and give that a minute to dry. Now, there were 2 Christmas presents. They are dies. And instead of stamping the presents, which they do have a stamp, since I have plaid paper, it looks like packages already. So we're going to add the little bows. And these, there is a bow die in that's pine tree trimmings. However, it's just one. And last year we had, like I said, we had a similar set for a Christmas tree. And it had multiple bows. So I used that die so I could cut a bunch of little bows at one time. Okay. I think that's good. So let me open this up so you can see what I'm doing. So I have another little bow, and I'm going to put it right here. And I believe the stamp set last year was just called Decorative Trees. And it's basically almost the same size tree, but it's just a little different shape. So now we're going to put this tree here we want to keep in mind we're going to be putting a label on the front. So I don't want it too far over. I want it to not show a whole bunch. So can you see how it's about 1/8 of an inch below the bottom section here. And we're just going to put a little white glue. We're going to tuck it about right there. And let that dry. And now I'm going to put my little presents on. So I'm going to I think I'm going to put them up here because they don't really show plaid on plaid. So I'm going to put them up here this time, which will be just fine. We're going to kind of put them cattywampus, and you still have room to sign down there. And you can tuck your gift card behind that. So there's the inside, except for our Oh Christmas tree, which will go right there. And I'm going to put that down flat. And I want it to be centered and show that glimmer paper. So here is the inside of our card. Now let's finish the fun part. So let me find my pieces. Okay. Where is the snap set? Okay. So let me tell you what I did. The smaller die is the one I cut the tree out of, and this one is 4 inches tall. The background is 2 pieces, so it is glimmer paper on one side, plain white on the other, and I glued them together. And this die is 4 1/4 tall. So there's that. So we're going to add our little shaker box dome. So what we're going to do, first thing, is peel the adhesive off the top. You might need a pokey tool to get it started. And see, the adhesive is still on the back. So I just lay it down flat. Make sure I have the correct side of this label up. And I'm just going to lay it right over top and press it in place. Just go all the way around and just press it in place. And while that's there, I have one more star. I'm going to put it on here. Again, that's cut out of the glimmer paper. Okay, now we're going to work on filling our little shaker. So the back of the tree is going to be this checked piece right here. So when it goes on here, you can see the checks. Of course, it will be on there. So in order to do this, we're going to put some shaker elements in there, and you could use either side of the paper. I mean, I just happen to like that check, but that would be really pretty. Ooh, that is pretty. Maybe I like that one better. Okay. And this, let me show you, comes from which one is it? It's the green. check. I know I have some more of it. Well, okay. The green check, here it is. It's got these 6 labels on there, and all of them fit perfectly behind that tree. Well, maybe that one wouldn't, but the rest, the little tree, the candy canes, that, and that would fit. But this is the other side of it, so you can use either side of this paper. And let me double check and see which one. I really like that. And then I really like that. Okay. So see, the back of this one's got just the tree. It could be a tree inside of a tree. However, I'm going to use that. So let's fill our shaker. And I'm going to use these little gold stars. And be very careful when you open them, because they're going to go everywhere. In fact, if you have an anti-static pouch, you could do your fingers with that. And then maybe they won't stick so much. So I put a lot in this. I put enough that it almost fills the whole bottom of the tree section. So we've got those in there, and we'll just put that right up here. This is the tricky part. You want to peel up this adhesive without spilling all these guys, and you want to just cover up the tree. There you go. And now we're going to add some wet glue right over top of it. Make sure you get it so when you press it down, it will stick good. You're sticking it on glitter paper, so you want to center it. And make sure your hands are clean when you do this. And you're just going to press it into place. Something rolled onto the floor. Oh, it's a long way down. Okay. We are going to put this on the card next. And you're going to sort of center it. You want to leave a little space here and a little space there. Try to get it in the center. And what I do is pick it up from the part you don't want any adhesive on. We're going to do dimensionals, Stampin' Dimensionals. They're hiding here somewhere. And I'm going to add a lot of them. So this part right here, I don't want any, but I don't want to mark it. So I want it to go on this side. And I'm going to go high here. Okay. That just gives me a place to go by. Oh, and I have the dropsies. I have the dropsies today. So we're going to put row across. And up the sides. These have a one in the middle, all the way down, like we're gonna do a bunch of rows here. So I need some to go across the top. Okay, so that is that. So now open your card, take your label and line it, center it. Don't squeeze too hard because you want to go down. There, it's perfect. Now you can press it into place. Okay, so ooh, that's pretty. So there is your shaker element. I like that holly leaf tree. And now we're going to add some more of those loose shaker stars to the front of it, I think. Although I did pick out, these are sequins. No, I like the loose shaker stars. I like them because they're tiny. So we're going to put some little tiny dots of glue. I'll put one up there and one there. And then we're going to try and pick up some of these guys and lay them in place. So I could use my take your pick tool for that if I can figure out where I laid that, or maybe I will just, there it is. Okay. And try to get some big and some little, so need a couple little ones. Well, let's just put a few in the lid and see if we can. Oh, that's more than a few. We'll put one more here. That's big. Tiny one. Tiny. And one more tiny one. So there they are. And let's put these back. Put the lid on before we spill it. Okay, now we just need to add our bow. So that is the shiny red ribbon. And you get a lot on here. I think it's $8 for that. It's real shimmery. So I tied a little bow already, and I'm gonna put some more glue dots. Gotta find the glue dots. So I'm gonna put them right down here under the tree trunk. I will do 3 of them, and then I'll put some wet glue around that to reinforce it a little more. So then we'll put a couple of dots of this, and that just makes it hold a little stronger. And now we will press our little bow in there. Give it a minute to, and if you have a tail going the wrong way, you could put a glue dot under that too, but that looks pretty good. So here's the first one. Here is the second one. Bring them up a little closer here. Here's the one we just did. You see the holly leaves inside that tree and the plaid. And then when you open it is that soft green print. And we put our presents here. Our tree is there. Close it. This one has the check, the soft print, and then the mistletoe. And our presents are down here because they show, the plaid shows up there, and it would have been plaid on plaid here, so that wouldn't have worked. But I love this design. I'll show you another one I made, and I did do a video on it. It is using Delicate Pines, soft sea foam, and the blue Glimmer paper in Peaceful Garden. And it comes up the same way. And then I did one with a green Glimmer paper, which is Stampin' Up, but it's last year's, so it's not available, but you might have some in your stash. So, and then I decorated this tree with little baubles, little circles, and I have green plaid presents. So I love this paper. I think it's my favorite. There's another one of those little stars. I'm going to have to put it somewhere. They're so tiny, but they're perfect for little tiny accents. So I hope you like it, ladies. I wanted to talk about my contest that's going on. I have not had any entries yet, so if I don't have any entries, I'll do something else. But I'm going to give you till October 15th. And you're going to be making a card with either, it doesn't have to be a Christmas card, it could be any kind of card. As long as it has a snowflake or snow on it somewhere, as long as it is Stampin' Up materials, they can be retired. And you're going to use the hashtag Fall 2025 contest. And I will show you what you win. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, got it. Sorry, I had to walk away. I didn't have it right beside me. But this is a value of $56.50. You get the Delicate Pines stamp and dies. So the stamp set is photopolymer. That's what it looks like. And it's very pretty. And then it has beautiful dies that go with it. So here is a card that I made using it. And this is a fun fold card. It opens this way. And it stands up like this. And then here's one in greens and earth tones and a little red. So this one opens this way. It has these pine cone dies, has all the snowflake dies. It has the little sprigs. The bow comes from a different stamp set that is current. This one, I think, is my favorite. It's the most simple. It's crumb cake, and this is our Wow embossing powder in a bronze. And then I have bronze Glimmer paper. It is not current, but I did have some left over. And then the green sprigs and the shaded spruce ribbon. This is my favorite one. I just love the earth tones. So you could win this Stampin' Die set. Oh, here's another one. Here's a slimline card. And this is in white and crumb cake and cloud cover. I love the colors in that. And it's very simple on the inside. Let me show you if I can find where I put it. Maybe not. Well, the link is in my YouTube video under more, and it'll say Facebook group page, and it's called Diane Tuggle at the Happy Scrapbooker. You have to ask to join, and then you can go under featured and just click on featured at the top of the page. It will take you to the contest. It will tell you the rules. It will show you the product that you can win. You have 3 chances to enter, so you can make 3 different cards. And ladies, if it's a card you made last year and it has snow on it, use it. You don't have to make a brand new one, as long as it's Stampin' Up! Products. You're just going to post it on my page using that hashtag fall 2025 contest. And when you enter 3 times, I will be contacting you for a mailing address, because I will be sending you either a package of dimensionals, or maybe some ribbon, or a package of embellishments, maybe one of these. But for entering 3 times, I will definitely send you a gift. And I hope you will do it. I hope you will join my Facebook group page. I'm trying to grow that, as well as trying to grow my YouTube channel. I would like a bunch more subscribers. Right now I have around 1,400 and some, but I would like to get to the 5,000 mark. And I'm really trying to grow that. So if you can share, like, and comment on my video, that helps the algorithm a whole bunch to put it out there. So thank you for watching, ladies, and you have a good day. Bye now.